So through the day on India Today television, you can continue to track what Anisha Mathur is sending as ground reports from Surrey in Canada. These are not secondary sources. It's India Today on the ground zero to tell us what exactly is the situation about through the day on India Today. Let's move on to other segment, and that is how other countries in the subcontinent, for example, are standing by India amid the wild allegations thrown in by Canadian Prime Minister. India Today's Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan spoke to Bangladesh's foreign minister, because Bangladesh and Sri Lanka are two countries that have actually stood up in support of India and against Canada for giving shelter to extremists. This is an exclusive conversation with Bangladesh foreign minister.
This is an India Today exclusive. It's not just India that has been concerned about fugitives, wanted men of India finding safe haven in Canada. Bangladesh is another country that has been struggling with many fugitives, particularly Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the father of Bangladesh as a nation. His killers in Canada too, and they have been trying very hard to get them extradited. To discuss more on the recent India-Canada row and the situation between Bangladesh and Canada, I'm being joined by none other than the Foreign Minister of Bangladesh himself, Minister A.K. Abdul Momen. Thank you so much for joining us here on India Today, sir.
Thank you very much, and I also thank your audience and your viewers.
Right, sir. Let's begin with the India-Canada row. How do you look at this entire row between India and Canada over wanted men who in India who have been killed in Canada? Canada alleges that there is Indian involvement. India has rejected those allegations. Where do you see this? How do you see the row in itself, with visas being suspended, ties almost on a breakdown?
You see, we have very good relationship, rock solid relation in India, and also we have good relation with Canada. Both countries are friends. Now, I don't know the detail of this issue between India and Canada, but I know that, we have a problem with Canada. And that's about, we have one of the killers of our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, you just mentioned. You see, his killer is having a good life in Canada. He has been there, and we have been requesting Canadian government to send back that self-confessed killer of Bangabandhu, our father of the nation. But unfortunately, the Canada is not listening to us. They have come up with varieties of excuses. So we also went to the Canadian court to understand what is his status, because he's staying in Canada for a long time, and we want to know whether he's a Canadian citizen or not. So we started a case in the Canadian court, and Canadian, the honorable judges made a, verdict. They said that Canadian government has no reason not to disclose his status, but yet Canadian government is not telling us anything, neither sending. Only thing they tell us that they have a law that any individual, if he's sent back to his own country, and if there is a capital punishment in that country, then as per that law, they cannot serve that individual. So we are saying that Canada must not be. Canada is a government of rule of law. They believe in legal system. Canada must not be a hub of all the murderers. The murderers, they can go to Canada and take shelter, and they can have wonderful life. While those who he killed and their relatives, they are suffering. So we have been asking Canadian government to deport that Noor Chaudhary. They know it, but unfortunately, currently they don't even, talk to us on this issue.